What's up, guys? It's FC, and today I'm bringing you guys another tips and tricks episode. We will be looking at the Python with the Acog attachment. Now, this was a subscriber request, and as always, I love doing these things because this is kind of brings out the fun for me in Black Ops and Call of Duty. So let's jump right into it. The Python is an American-made pistol. It's got a 50, 40, 30 damage. That 40 is from the snub nose attachment. Now, what does the snub nose do? It reduces the recoil, but it reduces the damage. So the snub nose makes it a 3-shot kill up close. Now, a cool fact about the Acog is that the Acog doubles the range of the weapon. So those 50 damage multipliers that are 2-shot kills, the range increases on that. So you get longer range 2-shot kills. So keep that in mind when you're going to use the Acog. Now, let's look at some class setups for this, usage of the Python. Now, for me, I have Scavenger, Sleight of Hand, and Hacker. Why do I use those? Well, the Python doesn't have a lot of ammo to start with. So ammo is always going to be an issue. So Scavenger becomes important because all of my fallen enemies are going to drop that blue pack, and it's going to allow me to pick up any type of ammo that, I may need. Now, with Scavenger Pro, you can go ahead and pick up stuns and, tactical grenades. I didn't have it at this time, but if you do have the Pro version, it helps you out even more because stuns and flashes become critical when using this weapon. I'll go ahead and get to that later. Now, the second perk I'm going to use, is Sleight of Hand. Why do I use Sleight of Hand? Well, the Python is notorious for having a really bad reload. Without that speed loader, the reload is kind of long and can get you in trouble. So, using Sleight of Hand is almost 100% necessary. You don't want to get caught in positions where you're reloading with such a slow weapon. So Sleight of Hand, definitely going to be it. Now, Hacker. Hacker is my third perk, and the reason I use Hacker is because I'm not going to use Flak Jacket on my first perk. So Hacker is going to allow me to go ahead and check for those, claymores, motion sensors, and stuff like that. I use it more for the claymores because I don't want to get caught by one. And without Flak Jacket, you're pretty much screwed. So Hacker is going to be very important when you're going to go ahead and go into buildings and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and go with Hacker at that point. Now, what are good kill streaks to use with this? Well, in this game, I actually learned what the kill streaks were that I should have used, and I didn't have them set up for this game. So it kind of cost me in the long run in regards to this game. But what I would recommend is that you run some low kill streaks. What are those? Let's run 3-4-5, 3-4-6, and maybe 3-4-7. You could probably get away with 3-4-7, 3-4-8 if you really want to push it. But I always recommend running something like a UAV, a counter UAV, and either napalm, mortars, attack helicopter, or Blackbird if you want to go ahead and push it towards that Blackbird. Now, of course, that's going to depend on what kind of game type you're using. I did this for free-for-all, and it pretty much will transfer to every other game type. The reason I say that I screwed up in this game is because I had the wrong kill streak set up, and I was trying to push for a chopper gunner because I had a previous kill streak. I was trying for some other kill streaks using other guns, and I had forgotten to change them. So you're going to notice that in this game that it kind of cost me because at the end of the day, I end up not winning this free-for-all, but I come really close, and the fact that I didn't have that third kill streak that I probably could have used probably would have saved the game for me, and I probably would have won. So take note into that. Now, how do we want to get our engagements with this gun? Well, the best way to get the engagements is to treat it like a shotgun. No, it's not going to be a one-shot kill like some of the shotguns, but at 2 shots, it's a pretty damn good killer. I mean, there's not a lot of weapons that can kill in 2 shots up close. We're talking something like the Skorpion is the only other weapon that I know that could probably do a 2-shot kill. So, disregarding shotguns, of course, because shotguns are on a different level. But for that, the Python is really good, and with that Acog giving you that extra range, that's pretty sweet. So because of that, you want to keep your engagements up close, and you want to kind of stick to buildings. Why? Because again, you want to keep your encounters close. So navigating the map towards the buildings and trying to bait people into your buildings is the best bet. The cool thing about having the Python as your secondary, if you're going to use it as a primary, is that you can use your first, your initial primary weapon as a bait for people. So what do? You kind of stay in a building, you get your primary out and you shoot it so that you can become a red dot and kind of bait people into closer range situations. You'll find that it's very effective, that people will fall for that. So when trying to get people into closer range engagements, go ahead and bring out your primary real quick, kind of shoot off some shots into the vicinity that you're at to kind of bring attention towards your area, and then switch over to that Python and wait for them and just kind of stalk them. So, take that into effect if you want to get people baited in. Now, aiming with the Acog, you want to aim at their waist. Why? Because the Acog has an upward recoil. So with that, the chances of it recoiling up and hitting other parts, maybe a lucky headshot, are very big. So you want to get those 2 shots on target. Aiming at the waist is the biggest target on your enemy. If you aim towards the upper body, you're going to end up probably missing some of your shots and, end up just not getting the kill. And in reality, when you have a gun that has 6 bullets in its chambers, every shot counts. So make sure that you're aiming towards the waist and letting the recoil basically, take it up for you and getting those kills for you. Use your stuns effectively. Your stuns and your flashes are going to probably be your best friend when using this weapon. Don't make dumb mistakes like I just did. I just saw this right now. I'm just going to break away from the tips and tricks. I got killed by that guy, and don't make that mistake. If you guys want to go back real quick and check that out, I went back for the revenge kill, and I ended up essentially killing myself because I walked right into him. So learn from that real quick, guys. It was a stupid mistake. I'll always call myself out on those things. So make sure if you guys want to go back and check it out, make sure you don't do what I just did. But anyways, going back to what I was saying, stuns and flashes are going to be your best friends with this. Why? Because when you use your stun and when you use your flash, it brings the odds of the firefight in your favor. So, with a Python in hand, you're already at a disadvantage. And you're going to need anything you can to get your gunfights in your favor. Using flashes and using stuns are a good way of doing that. You're going to see that I use them pretty effectively by stunning some of these guys and kind of jumping and, getting around them and using the Python's 2-shot kill to effectively kill them. Now, if we look at some of the stuff that I did wrong with my gameplay, you're going to notice that some of these times when I ended up getting killed, I ended up trying to go heads up with a lot of these guys. And of course, like I've said, you don't want to do that. Try to keep that at a minimum. Heads up with any type of assault rifle, like I said previously, is just you end up losing with the Python. Overview on the weapon, though, it's a very good weapon for close range combat. It's a weapon that you could go ahead and use when you want to have a little bit of fun with Black Ops or Call of Duty. Sometimes people think that the game gets a little bit stale and boring, and I always recommend that people try some crazy weapons to kind of make the game a little bit more fun. This would be one of them. The fact that you're gonna go, run around with a Python with an Acog, it's just gonna make it fun. It can be frustrating if you're really serious and KDR, all about your KDR. Then I wouldn't recommend you do this because you're probably gonna get frustrated. But if you're the kind of person that likes to just, have fun and you don't really care too much about your KDR, or you'll make it up later on, and the game's getting a little bit boring, then I would definitely recommend you run the Acog with the Python. You'll get some laughs, from your friends, and you'll feel good about yourself when you're screaming, get on my level to a lot of these guys because you're outplaying them with a Python. So keep that in mind, guys. If you guys are in a rut when it comes to playing, I definitely had fun with it. It's a cool little break to get around from. It's kind of like when you grab a shotgun or you grab a sniper. It's just that kind of a weapon. So if you want to have fun, go ahead and grab it. Let's do a quick little review. Make sure that you guys are going to run Sleight of Hand and Scavenger. Those are 2 important perks for running this, just for the ammo and the fact that you need to reload faster. Make sure that you're aiming at the waist of your opponent. That way your recoil will lead you up and you'll get those 2 shots that you need, or maybe get a lucky headshot and get that kill. Make sure you guys are running those stuns you know, make sure you're chucking those stuns, chucking those flashes, and getting those enemies flashed and stunned so that you can go ahead and pull the odds of the gunfight in your favor. And lastly, make sure that you guys are running good kill streaks that you think you can attain. I would recommend lower kill streaks just for the fact that you're up against assault rifles and, you know, other types of these weapons. So you want to go ahead and continuously get kill streaks, and running low ones, you're going to go ahead and do that. My final score is a 26 and 18. I think like maybe 25 of those or 24 of those were with the Python. And again, I was going up against some automatic, you know, 74 rapid fires. So in the end there, I was actually pretty happy that I was able to pull off that many kills while that many people were using the other assault rifles. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you guys liked it, a like is always appreciated. And till next time, later.